Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and on this one we are going to transform an image that I've taken many occasions, but the story behind it is this. In Stockton on Tees they usually have a fireworks display. Because of what's gone on over the last couple of years I haven't had one, but the times I've been free and not working and tried to get there, it's been packed. So I've never been able to go down, take photos of this bridge with fireworks with it. So I decided that I was going to have a play on Luminar 4.3. So this is the image. So this is the image that I'm going to use. It's the Infinity Bridge, Infinity Bridge in Stockton, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to put one burst there with the reflection underneath it. So after that, guys, let's get into the video and I'll show you how we're doing it. So as you've seen, this is the main image, and I'm going to start by opening another layer, add a new image layer, pick which image I want. Now it will put it like that, obviously, which I expected it to do, which is basically, all it's doing is putting the layer on top. So layer transform, and all we're going to do is just take it to I think it's about right, yeah, about there, and then we're going to lock it and move it, and we're just going to play around with the size now, about where we want it. So I'm going to put it around there. Press done for now. I'm just going to drop the image opacity down so we can see if we like where it sits. Now, let's say that wasn't too bad at all. So now we've done that, and basically all I'm going to do is I'm going to edit the mask, which will be editing this, and I'm just going to take what I don't want and leave what I do. So edit mask, use the brush, right, before I do anything I'm going to go into normal, and I'm just going to have a look and see if there's anything that does what I need it to do there. Not too bad. No, because it's basically just blending modes. This is how I class these as, the blending modes. Lighting's not too bad. I'll probably go for lighting. Quick look. Yeah, that looks alright. Okay, so edit the mask, brush. I'm going to be erasing because we want to take some of it out. Opacity all the way up to 100, so when I do erase it'll take it out totally. And the softness is the edge. Now I'm not really bothered about this for now, so I'm going to drop it down to about 10%. And then I'm just going to go around, and everything I don't want I'm just going to take out. And now I know there's nothing down here, but you saw how far it came down, so we're just going to do this. Take it out, take it around the outside, take it in there. Alrighty, so we'll press done for now. Right, bearing in mind we're still in just this, we aren't touching any of the other photo. So if we go into this, go into light, exposure, and we're just going to knock the exposure down just a little bit, which is going to help take out the background a bit. I mean, we can highlight, bring the highlights up. It's not bad. Drop the bring the shadows down. Zoom in to have a look, and that's not looking too bad at all. You can't see where these two now start and finish, which is what I want, but we want the fireworks to be behind, so that'll be then my next step. Just make sure. I'm just going to knock the highlights up. Just put the highlights back up. Move them all the way up. Again, knock the whites. That's better. Well, not quite vibrant because it's in the sky. So, yeah, I'm happy with that. So, go back. We are still in the layer, remember. So, again, going to edit the mask, brush, opacity up to 100%. Softness, I'm going to take it down again. I'm going to take the softness down to about, again, 10. And then I want to zoom in. So we'll zoom in. By pressing your space bar, you can grab and pull. I'm going to zoom in a bit more, 200%. Right, we're now at 300. So all we're going to do is where it's come over the top, we're just going to delete it. Now, this might take a bit of time, so I'll speed this up, and you can sit there and you can listen to some music. As you can see, it's all over the top of it. It's all now behind it. Looks a bit more realistic. Now the hard part. And the hard part is being able to, because this is a silhouette, or sorry, because this is a reflection, and at night, you would expect this to be here. So how do we do that? Well, again, you need to open another layer. So add a new layer. Same image. Open it. And then layer transform. I'm going to shrink it back down. Oop, because I've locked it. Lock it. Take it back down to around the same size as before, which was about there-ish. And then all we're going to do is rotate it and then move it so it's about in line. Press done. Now don't forget, you can still play around with this and still move it around. So we'll go back and excuse me, I'll have a look at these dark and more colour. We'll go light with this one. So as you can see, it's not lined up and it doesn't look right where it is. It's also too big. So what we're going to do, they transform again, and we'll lock it this time. So therefore it's keeping the ratios correct. I'm going to drop it down and just move it so we think it's about right. Now what you've got to remember is when you do this, you're going to see it a little bit differently. It's not going to be a true image, if you know what I mean. Excuse me. That doesn't look too bad. Doesn't probably needs to be. Let's have a quick look in the centre. Yeah, they're not lined up too bad. And as a mirror image goes, that's not that far away. But I think it'll probably need to go that way, so up a little bit more. So I'm going to move it just a little bit further up, and then have a look at it. Yeah, I think that's more, that looks more realistic. So again, once you've done this, I'm going to go into lighten. Oh, sorry. Remember, we're only working on this. We're not working on any other part of the photo. So we'll drop the exposure down a little bit more. Remember that we haven't got it at full opacity. Lightness I'm going to leave. Shadows. A little bit more. Blacks can come back. Now this won't be as bright as this because it's a reflection. And as you can see, this is not as light as that is. So let's go back into our layers. So I'm just going to do this a bit more. Blacks a bit more. The more work I do here, the less work I've got to do here, if you understand, by blending and the like. I'm still going to have to mess around to a certain degree, but not anything that you would expect to go into all this lot and paint them all out. So I'm just push the highlight up a little bit more. It's my contrast. Move that up. It's not bad. So I'm quite liking on the look of that. That looks quite nice. So if we go back into our layer, edit the mask, brush, and then we are going to be erasing, and then opacity, full. I always take this like, you know, down to about 10%. Now if you saw the screen go red earlier on, it's basically because I highlighted the mask. So that's the mask at the moment. So everything on there it's shown now. Because I'm on erase, if I do that, it takes it out. Yeah. So I'll just paint it back. So everything I don't want people to see, yeah, I can erase now. So if I take the red off, yeah, that's basically taking everything apart from what I want to see out of this. So I'm just going to quickly go around, and then I'm going to do the same as what I did up here to make sure that there's none of this above the bridge. So I'll just quickly take this out. And then we'll zoom in. Again, spacebar. So straight away you can see some of this here. So I don't need any of this here. I'm just going to put the softness back up a little bit. About 40-ish. Doesn't need to be much. I'm just going to go across there. Right, so where the bridge is what I'm taking out now. So this bit here, I know it seems a bit strange working upside down, but you've got to remember that this is more of a reflection, so it's still going to be behind the bridge, it's not going to be in front of it. So square bracket keys to go smaller, and I'm just going to start at the top and work down. Right. Mistake? Yes, there has been one. And the wife's just pointing it in when she's walked through the door. And I never even thought about it. But this image Although it's the same image as this, as you know. Basically all I've done is rotated it so it's now pointing the opposite right direction. But look at it. That's not right, is it? And I forgot to do something else, which is flip it. So, layer mask. And these buttons at the top. I could have just went in here and flipped it the other way. So all you do is flip that, and then it's the same as that one, and you press OK, and everything should be good. Apart from it's now no end to be seen, but I'll have to adjust it. So layer transform, excuse me, and we'll just move it over so it is right. Is that right? Does that look right? No, it wants to go right a bit more, doesn't it? Left a bit more, sorry. There.
Yeah.
So there you go, guys. That's not bad, is it? Well, the good thing about Luminar is because of the layer when I'm editing the mask, all I'm doing is editing on here. I can move this around as much as I want to, yeah, and it's not going to come through. It doesn't change what you've edited on the whole thing, yeah. So I can move this around where I want to, and where I've just edited, it'll still be there. If you understand, I'll show you. So we'll just do that, and then we'll do that. So I can move the underneath image anywhere I want to. I can move this image anywhere I want to, and nothing's going to change to the image because the mask is stationary. I'm moving the image underneath the mask. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, I apologise. So there you go, guys. How to add reflections into water with Luminar 4.3. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye now.